Welcome back to another captivating episode of the Pestvision podcast, where we dive into the world of pest control with humor and insight. Join Jenny and Candace as they chat with the Spanglers, a dynamic duo who share their journey from artistic endeavors to pest control expertise. Discover the hilarious and heartwarming stories that make this episode a must-listen. Get ready for laughter, learning, and a sprinkle of glitter in today's episode of Pestvision podcast.
It's time for the Pestrogen Podcast with your hosts, Jenny and Candace.
Hello and welcome back, all my pretty pesties everywhere. I am your co-host, Candace. Alongside with me, as always, I have the beautiful and wonderful, talented Jenny Wilson. Hi, baby. How's your day? How's your week been?
Hi, beautiful. It's been good. Other than getting tons of snow today and slipping and sliding, and then accidentally almost running out of gas. And, it's been an adventure, but I'm well. And,
You made it.
I did. I made it. Thanks to wonderful boss man Bill. Tomorrow, Bill actually signed me up to be a vendor for a women's business event called Radiance, and he purchased a vendor table for me, so I get to go to this women's business event and stand at a table and basically preach the gospel of trio pest control. So I'm super excited.
That'll be cool.
Yes, he provided everything to make me feel purdy, because you're supposed to dress up for it.
Oh.
So I get to be purdy tomorrow.
I better see pictures.
So, yes. Yes. When the bug lady gets to dress up purdy, there will be pictures, because you ain't seen that for a while.
Yup.
But yeah, so that's what I'm excited for. How you doing? How's your week?
Doing good. Week's been pretty typical, nothing insane besides that, it's February and we're having like 75-degree days. I don't know. Today was
Jealous.
actually quote unquote cold at only being like 60. But I mean, I'm in a t-shirt. I was in a tank top earlier. I don't get it. Like looking back on my Facebook memories, like just a few years ago, it had me posting pictures of snow.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I like our snow here because it lasts for like a day and then it's gone. It's very heavy, wet snow, so lots and lots of trees like to break during it. But I have no more around my house that can do damage to my house, so I'm okay with that. But I do want snow to happen just so my youngest dog can experience it while my oldest dog is still alive, because my oldest one loves it. Double-coated, she don't give a shit about cold.
Right.
She lays out in the rain all the time, so.
That's cute.
Yes. It's been a very weird week weather-wise. Like, we're pulling bats. Brandon pulled 1, 2, 3 different paper wasp hives from being overwintered, and they're like, oh, it's spring now. Hello. Yeah, it's been absolutely stupid. Yeah.
That's wild. But we do have some lovely guests with us today.
We do.
We have the Spanglers. Both of them.
Both of them.
I know. It's so exciting.
We have the awesome Tony Spangler and his beautiful wife, Leanne.
Yes, thank you guys for joining us.
You're most welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, how have you guys been?
Cold and wet. And Candace.
Right. I know, we're all so jealous.
Candace's fault. That's who did it.
Right.
This is so out of the norm. I'm not even joking.
It's like we've swapped.
Right?
It's really unusual for us to have, what have we had, 3 snows in a week?
No. We used to, back when I was young, we got snow here. Now we might get one good one every 5-6 years.
That's usually how our snow is. We get a snow about every 5 or so years. We had a couple of years in a row where we got snow, but like the most we get is like, I don't know, 7 or 8 inches. And then it goes away. By the next morning, it is gone.
So that's the best kind.
Jealous.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right?
Ours didn't. We got, 7 inches Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
It's still out there. I mean, it's not 7 inches, but it's still out there.
Well, they say it's hanging around for the next one.
And you guys are getting more?
That's the old wives' tale. If snow doesn't melt, it stays around, then that means it's waiting on the next round.
Yeah.
No,
Fun.
I'm going to pull out the capris and the flip-flops next week. I think we're supposed to hit 50.
Woo!
There you go. That's what's up.
Capris and flip-flops. Just don't mind me.
So where are the Spanglers in the United States?
East Tennessee. Almost as far in East
Ooh.
Tennessee as you can go.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
That's pretty awesome.
It's
If
called,
we throw a rock real hard, we can hit Bristol.
yeah, it's, I'll tell you. You ever heard of Bristol International Raceway?
Yes.
Okay, where I can be there in 10, 15 minutes.
Nice.
Wow. Okay.
They don't have as many races, so it's not as bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, we stay in the house race weekend.
Yeah,
don't-
right.
we don't
I feel
leave.
that.
We do not leave.
So have you guys always been in Tennessee your whole life?
Tony has. Well, have you? I haven't. I left Tennessee when I was 15 and went to South Carolina and then came back
Oh.
here 2012.
Okay. Very nice. Yeah.
Okay, so Tony, you work in pest control. Leanne, you do not.
I do not.
But you guys have your awesomeness of your cups and tumblers that you share, that you guys do. What got you started doing that?
I saw a raid cup online, and I thought, that is absolutely hilarious. I thought, I'm going to buy that. And then the more I looked at it and I found out how it was made, $600-700 later, I'm making them as opposed to buying one for
That's
$25. So,
He has the $500 raid cup.
so next thing I know, we've got this little side gig going on.
That's
That's
awesome.
cool.
I mean,
Did you guys I've seen like old drawings and like statues or sculptures. There we go. That's the word that you've made, Tony. Have you always been like super artistic?
I try. Call artistic subjective because I've got to the point in age I don't consider myself an artist. I think more of myself as a piddler. Yeah, because there's so many people out there so infinitely better than me that calling myself an artist feels like giving myself credit where it's not due.
Yeah, but there's so many people that you are infinitely better than as well. Just because there's somebody better than you doesn't mean that you can't have the title as well.
Well, I think it's funny. Somebody says, I can't draw a straight line. And I'm like, nobody can. It's not possible.
Unless you got a ruler, I mean.
I can draw a straight line.
I know I can't. Okay, I do know that. I've done that where you're like trying to do it in like math class and the ruler goes, and you're like,
Yep.
Damn it.
I say I'm the one that hits my finger as I go over it.
Yep, I've done that one too. And you get that little
Yep.
bump in it and you're like, fucking super. Thank you.
And Leanne, you're also super crafty, which is a form of art. I love
Yep.
all your crafts and glitter and just like, it's so awesome.
The glitter collection is impressive. I need some more shelves, so I
Yep.
may hit him up for those for Valentine's Day.
And glitter is like the herpes of the craft world.
I've
Yeah.
always done something crafty. I know when I was in high school, I may be aging myself here. Puff paint, sweatshirts. Remember when people used to? I made a whole thing for my little circle of girls that we used to get together and do everything together. I think that's where it started, and it just sort of went on from there. But I think this is the longest period of time that I've actually done like one thing pretty solid with tumblers. It has evolved from glitter to rhinestones to glitter and rhinestones to Tony's always got a little bit of glitter on him. The dogs sparkle. It's
Oh, I bet. God, that'd be funny.
It's like a
It does get
disco
in there.
rave there.
it does get in there.
So I'm sure you've had like the mishap where you're like putting glitter on something and like way too much comes out, or you like spill the whole damn bottle. Like, how do you get that shit cleaned up? Because I remember when my kids had glitter, it was like you keep it in this box, and then it was still all over my house.
It doesn't stay where it's supposed to. I've found it in the pepper shakers. I've found it in the refrigerator. It kind of goes where I go. It's everywhere. But yeah, dropped. I don't know that I've dropped a bottle of glitter and lost it. I've dropped rhinestones, and they go everywhere. Lint rollers and the vacuum cleaner. We have some really pretty garbage that I've put out before. Back in the fall, I was off and I was watching, and the trash truck came and picked up the trash can, and as it dumped over into the big machine, it just let out this whoosh of glitter where I had dumped a bunch of glitters. And I was like, that was really pretty. And then I realized that I had just bedazzled the entire neighborhood.
Everybody's got a little bit of glitter on their house.
As
No,
you
everybody
should.
has.
I got out of the shower one day and I looked down at and there was glitter there. And I was like, seriously?
I don't know how it got there. That's a story for another time, I
Yeah, see,
think.
that shit don't even
okay.
wash off, you know. I mean, you get out of the shower and it's still there. And I'm like, how in
Yep.
the hell did I get glitter there?
Saving
No,
it
like-
for Leanne.
What cracks me up with glitter, and because like we all know that shit goes everywhere and it stays everywhere, is I remember when I was in high school, we used to do like glitter eyeshadow. And it's like, okay, for one, you're like putting glass by your eyes or little tiny shards of fucking plastic, knowing that it's going to stay there forever. And I swear, I'm surprised I don't have it
You
anymore.
still
'cause
have
we
some
would,
on there?
right? I know I have to look every now and then. But no, because like we would do it in our school colors, which were blue and yellow. So we'd have like one blue eye, one yellow eye, or like the top blue and the bottom yellow, whatever. But yeah, and it's like we would have like body sprays that had glitter through them. I mean, it's like, what the hell were we thinking?
Yeah, some of those are different glitters. I know, like, the glitter that I use, the extra fine, I think, almost a mica grade of it is cosmetic. You can use it for cosmetics. And all of the micas that I used, you can use them as cosmetics.
Okay.
I got very lucky with the company that I use now, and all of their stuff, their rhinestone, not their rhinestone, well, they probably come from the US too, but their glitter is US made. So
Nice.
it's not China made. So
That's
it's a
pretty
whole
cool.
different, there's a whole,
It's not communist glitter.
no, it's polyester instead of plastic. So it feels different. It lays different.
Does
There's
it
a
stick
lot.
to everything for 40
It
years?
does stick to everything for 40 years. It follows me everywhere.
Now, when you go into work, does like you have like this like flow of glitter coming off of you?
Me?
Yeah. Either
Probably,
of
but
you.
I work from home, so it's everywhere I go. It just goes from one room to the next for me. But
You
yeah,
got a bunch
Tony's
of
going to
glitter in
work
your
with
work
it in
truck,
his beard.
Tony?
Yeah,
Yep.
I've been in work and looked up in the mirror, saw glitter on my forehead or my nose or in my beard. And I'm like, Jesus Christ.
That's awesome.
Oh,
As long as it doesn't
Glitter
get in your backpack
happens.
and spray it on somebody's house.
I know some customer. That's funny. Here, let me give you the extra special treatment this month.
Yeah. Swear I wasn't at a strip club.
No, you cannot have my glitter for that. I might have some old bottles you could use.
I can hear my flow zone now. Why did you do this to me?
Why?
The filter, poor thing.
Have the shiniest filter on the block.
Pretty much. Yeah. Some Thermidor with a little extra shine.
Yeah, that's right.
It's
Just
fancy.
bling up the ants.
Well, you'd really be able to see him then.
Can you imagine the spiders?
Hmm?
Can you imagine the
Ooh.
spiders?
Oh, big old orb
Look
weaver
cool.
or banana spider. That would be cool.
I was
I
going to say, yeah.
I might
guys-
let one of those hang around.
Right?
You guys have seen that meme with the the spider, and it's like, oh, I sprayed it with Axe, and now his name is, I can't remember what, I think it was like Kyle. And we go clubbing all the time. No, he's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one that got sprayed with hairspray, and then something happened to it, and now she's a stripper and wants to be called, what is it, Rosa or something like that. There's all kinds of those, and I'm like, I can probably get on board with a glittered spider.
Yeah,
Probably
we
not,
need
though.
glitter spiders.
Yeah, right.
I'm not a fan.
It would just make them that much more fun to kill.
Yeah, it'd be funner to watch. Especially like get some fast cap on them and they take off running. There's these little sparkles. like the little fairy dust coming off of it.
Yes.
We'll
That's
have to
great.
make a cup with glitter spiders.
Glitter
I can
spiders.
see it now. Look like Tinkerbell from Peter Pan, just a spider flying along with a glitter trail coming above it.
Yes, I would buy that.
I can hold you
Yes.
to that.
So, how long have you guys been making tumblers and stuff? When did you guys first start doing that?
2003? No,
No,
No.
not 20. You started in 23. I started in 21.
that's what I meant. Was 23, not 2003.
Yeah.
I started in
I
I
was about to
started in
say, like, damn.
2021. I'm not real sure. I can't remember how I even ended up. Tony got me a Turner, epoxy, tumblers. You got everything,
I
didn't you?
bought
Ink
her,
and some
yeah, I
glitter.
bought her a kit that it's just a starter kit to start doing alcohol tumblers, which is basically everything she does now. She's just added to them since with different processes. But it was just a starter kit. It sat there.
I got that in 2019 for Christmas. Or maybe it was 2020 for Christmas. And it took me about 8 months to put my hands on it because, epoxy's toxic. And I just had this thing of, what am I going to do with this? What if I do this? What if I do that? And then he was at work one day and I was like, I'm just going to try it. If I don't do it, I'll never do it. So I came in here in the kitchen, probably the worst place to do the first tumbler that I ever did. Mixed up the epoxy and put it on the cup, dripped some inks on it, and he came home and that's all she wrote. The next day he cup. So it was just, it took me about 8 months and then I just haven't stopped since.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
So how long have you guys been together? Like, how did you meet?
That's a long, drawn out story that I absolutely love to tell.
Go for it.
Okay, this is my version. My version is the only one that counts because she doesn't even remember.
I don't.
Middle school. I had a crush on her. She, of course, had no clue. Totally different cliques. She's over here with the in crowd, and I'm over here with stoners and nerds and the ones nobody likes. So I spoke to her once or twice throughout when we were in school together. That was it. But so I lived on Pleasant Hill at the time. She ended up leaving, going to South Carolina. I ended up going on with my life, joining the Army, doing the Army thing, getting married, ended up getting divorced, moved somewhere near the end of when I got divorced. We ended up friending on Facebook. We can't remember who sent who an invite. But I ended up, when I got divorced, I ended up back on Pleasant Hill, where I grew up. And then Leanne and I started talking. So in my mind, we've done a full circle. I'm back where I started. So next thing I know, she's going down the divorce path and I'm going down the divorce path. Here we are.
That's awesome.
There's a lot. There's a lot I left out of that, but it's the trimmed down version.
That's super cool though. That like you've essentially known each other since middle school. Like that's cool.
I don't remember him. And I hate to say that, but I don't remember a lot of things from the time frame in middle school up until high school. There's like this huge black hole of a window. I'm not real sure why, but
it certainly wasn't chemically induced.
No,
not at all.
No, Leanne's too good for that.
So cute.
Yeah, that's right. We're gonna go with that. It was not. Can we
Yeah.
take that? Let's keep that one.
We're sticking to it.
Yeah,
Yep.
this just the universe just decided that section of your brain doesn't need to exist anymore.
But that was like that was not a good time.
There you go.
Yeah, now I
Aw.
do know that at some point when I was in South Carolina, Tony was also in South Carolina. His ex-wife was doing a travel nurse job. And in Columbia, there's this huge mall. And I remember being in there, and him and his ex-wife were walking by, and I went with the kids on the carousel. And I was like, I know those people, but I couldn't place where. And I didn't know him enough to go up to him in South Carolina and be like, "Do I know you from Tennessee?" Because you just don't do that. But I think I did see them while we were in South Carolina. But who
That's
knows?
wild.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like the world really wanted you to be together. They're like, look.
Yeah.
I could probably take it one higher than that if you want the look.
Yes.
Tony used to have an airbrush store, and I would come into town with my kids we have a big festival in the summer called Fun Fest. And I would come in with the kids for the balloon races and all of the things on the weekend. And I call her my other mother. It's my best friend's mom. My job that I had before, I couldn't have tattoos. I couldn't have wild colored hair. I worked in the courts, so I had to be professional. And I wanted a tattoo. And she said, I got a guy for you. He did a rose on my ankle. And I was like, cool, let's do it. So I walk in this airbrush shop, and Tony's there. I think he's got on his ball cap, and his Doberman was there in the floor. And he looks up and he's like, he'd seen a ghost.
I did. I looked up and I said, Leanne Henley.
It's like one of those Hallmark movies.
Oh God, no, don't compare.
I don't know
don't do that.
Maybe a Lifetime movie.
That's
No,
so
not a
cute.
Hallmark movie, but that he drew a tree frog. Was it a tree frog or a peace frog?
A tree frog, a tropical tree frog.
I love tree
Up my
frogs.
calf, and I went back to work and had on capris, and you could see his little legs. And I did it just as a joke, and my boss almost fell out of her chair. But it took forever for that thing to come off my leg.
I bet.
I was like, oh, what have I done? But yeah, we had little run-ins from middle school up until we actually started talking.
That's so cool, though. It's not like, it's not like you guys literally stayed in the exact same town your whole lives and had that. You were in different states, but still came back around. That's too cool. I like that.
Full circle.
That is your
Yes.
Hallmark movie moment.
Yeah.
So, I'm down in the basement, and I was still with my ex-wife. I segregated myself from her completely. So I'm down in the basement. I've got a couch set up, my computer, all my sculpting, airbrush, everything sitting down there. And basically, I was living in the basement just to get the hell away from her. And Leanne called me one day, or she sent me a Facebook message. Can I give you a call? I got a computer question. I said, sure. So she asks her question, and I take care of that problem. And next thing I know, she says, well, okay, well, I appreciate it. I'll thank you for your time. I'll talk to you later. And I said, well, you don't have to hang up. We can talk if you'd like. That was it. That fish was caught.
That's so cute.
That is so cute. Aw.
You guys are too cute.
Yes.
We have our moment.
And I love your guys' accents. They're so cute.
Yes.
I had this
The
conversation with
best.
my boss today. I work chat for the company I work for, and there's been discussion of movement to phones or teams that can go to phones because I'm actually in a position that there's no advancement. And I'm okay with that. I mean, I'm really close to retirement age, but I might want to tip my toes in other areas, but I would have to go to phones. And he said, have you ever done phones? I said, I did them for about a month. Probably been with them for 10 years. So it's been about 6 years, 7 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I spent more time with people saying, your accent's so cute. I could just talk to you all day. And I'm like, yeah, my husband would tell you it's really not as cute as you think it is. I don't know. I can't do phones.
I don't
I'm with
blame
you.
Yeah.
I don't even like answering my own phone. I'm like, really?
Working chat support, I've got time to think about what I'm saying because I'm typing it out. Whereas if somebody calls me and comes in hot and cussing me out, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
all over them.
Yeah, I worked for a call center for Nextel. If you guys remember
Yeah.
those cell phones with like the push to talk shit.
That's
What
been a
was
hot
that
minute.
they called it?
Yeah, that's
They
how
called
long
that something.
I think it was push to talk, or I can't remember.
Yeah, they were kind of like walkie
But yeah, it was
talkies on the
prior
cellular
to
network.
yeah, but that it was prior to even Sprint buying them out. It was like I was like fresh 18, 19 years old.
I worked
for them, and yeah, you'd get people calling in. Just as soon as you would make your spiel, they would just boom blow up, and you're like, "Whoa, dude, hold on, slow down."
Right.
But like Brandon had one because obviously he worked with me, and we literally sat side by side, which was never a good idea because we would just sit there and like poke each other in the ribs while the other one's on the phone. So that was fun. But he had one that called him literally every racial slur in the book, all within the span of 5 minutes. So he kept muting it. He's like, well, now I'm this, and now I'm this, and now I'm this. And I'm going, well, hell, that's a lot of stuff I didn't know about you. But yeah, it was everything. And he got like 3 words in. He's like, okay. And as soon as I say, I want to talk to your supervisor, he's like, cool.
Yep.
Yeah. I worked in a call center. I actually worked for Sprint, and whew.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
That's oh my
Yeah.
gosh. That's for pest control, that has been the wildest thing with coming to Trio is that the first company I worked for was a Donnie and Marie that had their own call center in Utah. So I never had to deal with phone calls. And then the second big box that I went with had office ladies who took those calls, right? So then I get with Trio and I get to be like in the office every so often. And the office lady we had, Bill would have her take all phone calls on speakerphone. So I got to hear all the calls for a while. Not all the calls, but like when I was in the office. And that stuff is wild. Like the I need pest control. I have bugs. What kind of bugs? Bugs. I don't know. They look like I don't know,
Little
maybe
black
ants.
ones. Little black ones.
Yeah, or yeah, just the wildest things. Or like
I have spiders. And they're
right, or I
bats.
have flies.
I need
What kind
pest
of
control
flies?
because we are absolutely eat up with brown recluse spiders.
Yeah, yep. Yep, and it's wild to listen to that. I think pest control of all call centers, I would hate to listen to. Maybe it's because I work in it, but it's just so like people call in,
Yeah.
not even knowing what the fuck they're
Well,
asking
I
about.
think it's literally a matter of, we're trained. We know what we're dealing with. We know how to deal with it. We know what it
Yeah.
is. But to your
Right.
lay person, it's just a bug. It's just a spider.
Right.
It's just a mouse. And I know, like this one sitting right here, if she's got one mouse in her house, she's got 1,000.
And right now we have 1,000.
So that is your typical customer. If they've got
Yeah.
the slightest, tiniest little nothing of a problem, then it is a world catastrophe for them. And they're
Yes.
calling in, freaking out
Fair.
like, oh my God, you need to be here right now because I saw an ant on my kitchen. And I'm like,
Yep.
duh, welcome to planet Earth.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, we get calls for that. They're like, you need to come back out. I found an ant. I'm like, an ant? As in one? Yes. Okay. I'm not going to treat your whole interior because you found an ant. No.
Yeah, we call it,
Have fun. Goodbye.
it's called pest control, not pest elimination.
Exactly.
It's
Yep.
the conception that people have of what we do and what they expect from
Yes.
us is just so blown out of proportion. It's ridiculous.
Yes.
Fair. Yep.
Especially with ants. Like where I live, I'm like 10 minutes from the Pacific Ocean. So everything here used to be literally a marshland and or sand dunes that got all revamped. So now people live here. So there are lots and lots and lots of ants freaking everywhere. But I will have people that are freaking out over ants, but it's like I have controlled them. They're not nearly as bad as they were, but I cannot defeat their biology by you not cleaning your house. Fix it.
Oh, yeah. That's I found a hamburger behind somebody's bed the other day. It's like,
A
Was
hamburger?
it like a McDonald's hamburger or a
that's
homemade
what it looked
one?
like. Looked like a regular, just like a cheeseburger.
Oh my
It
god.
could have been there for 20 years.
The place has been eat up with roaches. I mean, of course, it's your typical bad roach infestation, nasty
Yeah.
home situation. And
Yeah.
Right.
I tell them, I said, look, there's not a thing in the world I can do for you until you
Right.
take care of this. Because, I'm just, well, pissing in the wind. There's absolutely nothing that can be done until you make lifestyle changes. Then, you're going to continue to have this problem. So I get an extra service come back for them 3 or 4 months later, something like that. Oh, we took all your advice. We did this, we did that. Oh, that's fantastic. Let's go have a look. I go in, and the only thing different is they took the pots and dishes out of the cabinet. Literally, there's this 55-gallon trash can sitting in the corner. And on the walls around it, it's like somebody stood 15 foot away from that trash can and took their fork and raked the food off the plate at the trash can. Just splattered all over the walls. Just
Oh my god, it's like my
I moved
kids.
of course.
It doesn't stay that way, but
I moved the fridge, of course. And this is one of those situations where you wish you had your phone videoing the second you move that fridge. Because I pull it out and it's like a freaking horror movie. They just start going everywhere.
Oh.
I turned around and looked at the guy and I said, man, I can't help you. You've got too much going on here. As long as the situation stays like it is, which is exactly like it was last time I was here, nothing's going to change. People they don't get it.
No.
I'm hiring an exterminator. You kill bugs, so kill bugs. Well, no, this is a partnership. If you don't do what you need to do, I can't do what I need to do. And getting those
exactly.
people out of their mindset and realizing what they need to do to help fix their problem, it's just about impossible.
Yeah,
Right.
it really is for some people.
yes. So, Tony, when did you get into pest control?
Yeah, before you were born.
Really?
I started in pest control 85, 86.
Okay.
I was
Yeah.
born.
I was not.
See? I was looking at Jenny when
I was
said
only
that.
like a year or two old. I was only a year or two old, but I was born.
No, I started
That
with
is
the
epic.
big red diamond.
Okay.
I was at the time they had a policy they couldn't hire anybody under 21, so they hired me through a temp work agency. And I was doing term out work and babysitting fumigations. In fact, doing one of those fumigations, which was powdered pest beetles on a log cabin. After we cleared it, we go back down into the basement to look at the damage the powdered pest beetles had been done. And apparently we had found us a remaining pocket of Viking. 4 of us about died that day. It was not pleasant. Don't be breathing Viking. It's not fun.
No.
I bet not.
No, it
Oh.
literally sucks the oxygen right out of your lungs. I'm sitting here going, all right. So we all start tearing out the basement, running upstairs, and then we're all coughing, gagging, and wheezing. Yeah, and for like 20, 30 minutes, it took us to get our breaths. And it was not pleasant.
Damn. So, Leanne, what's been like the craziest story that Tony's told you about pest control? Like something that you always remember that he's done?
I don't know. It's usually the phone calls. Can you set my pajamas in the garage?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like, I don't even want to know. Just throw them out in the backyard. Your pajamas are in the garage.
I can't bring these clothes in the house.
He doesn't have as many stories for pest control as he did on his other job. He would come home with some wild finds and pictures. But I can say, because we neighbor Virginia, And so he goes into Virginia. I think the wildest stories that I get is the one that in Virginia, it's legal for you to own or grow up to 4 pot plants. And he has a customer that has hers named.
Oh God.
Yeah. She put them in a jar, and on top of the lid, she wrote their name. I think one of them's name was Jasmine.
Oh, jeez.
I think that's
hilarious.
probably one of the wildest things because I'm like, I kill it if it comes into my house.
Yep.
Yeah, I think the people with their plants named, but no, I don't think I've had any weird stories that he's told me.
I don't always tell her everything.
Not to do with jobs. I mean, we've had weird things happen, but not
I
jobs.
had a woman come to the door one time. This was many years ago. Many years ago. Knocked on the door. She came to the door wearing nothing but a sheer one piece. And she opened the door, and there she is for the world to see. She goes, "Oh God, you're not Jim." Slammed the door. I said, "No, but thank you. No, but thank you."
No,
My
but
God.
thank you. Oh my God.
Well, at least you were polite about it.
That's hilarious. When it comes to the marijuana thing, it's really funny for me. We're living in Ohio where it's legal, but working in Indiana where it's illegal. So, like, if I do, like, low-income housing or whatever, people get, like, real weird and, like, they're hiding their stuff and whatever, and I forget that it's illegal there. So I'm just looking at them like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, it's what? And then I have to remember, oh, it's illegal here. And then I'll have to be like, I don't give a shit. Let me kill your bugs.
Right? I'm here for the bugs.
Yeah.
Dude,
I've
people
heard
do
him-
that shit here, and it's legal here. But I mean, they're not allowed to, like, especially at low income and well, lots of apartment stuff. You're not allowed to smoke it in your house because they don't want any smoking in there. But
Right.
at the same time, you can't legally smoke it outdoors either.
Right.
So
Catch
Yeah.
22.
I don't know what they do there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
But yeah, they'll be, oh my God, and I'm like, dude, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
But
and-
it still throws me off sometimes walking into like somebody's bedroom and it's like bong pipe pre-roll bag. I'm like, hello.
Right? Yeah. And honestly, the way that they like shuffle and get all nervous and shit makes me nervous. Like, as in, like, are you about to,
Just going to become a
rob
threatening
me or
situation.
something? Yeah, just like their uneasiness, and I'm just like, chill, it's cool. Like,
I think the funniest thing, a lot of times when Tony's setting up his day for the day before, he's sitting here at the table. And if I'm off, I'm usually in here doing something or within earshot. And I know during the summertime when he's doing mosquitoes, he'll call and they'll say, "Now, don't spray my plants."
mhm.
What would you like me to spray then, ma'am?
They just don't want those plants sprayed.
My special plants. Don't spray jasmine.
Don't spray
Okay,
jasmine.
those ones. Okay.
Jasmine don't like that perfume.
I walked into an apartment one time, and I got into the living room, and all over the coffee table was 4 or 5 heavy parties worth of cocaine, marijuana, mirrors, credit cards, straws, the whole 9 yards. So I glanced at it and I saw it, and I was just like, kept on about my business, going around doing my thing, going to this room, going to this room, going to this room, come back out. When I come back out, it was all gone. And they're acting like, no. Yeah, I didn't see a thing.
Mhm.
Yep.
Go around my own business. Yeah, that dildo laying beside your bed, it's none of my concern.
Exactly.
If the one stuck to the rafter of your attic, none of my business.
Well, I found one nailed to a floor joist in somebody's crawl space.
Oh,
It was big.
odd.
Those are unusual things that he'll come home and tell me.
Well, we have to do that one. That's just like
Yeah.
it's like label is the law. Tell your spouse about all the sex toys.
That's it.
That's about it.
Yeah, that is a rule.
It is like we all abide by it. It's like the unspoken rule of pest control.
And the smells.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can't forget the smells. That's one thing that I think's funny
Yeah.
as hell is we were at Actually, it was a points class, and one of the technicians they were talking about roaches, and one of the technicians were saying, "You can't smell roaches." And I'm sorry. How long? I've been doing pest control for 10, 12 years. Roaches don't have a smell. Dude,
Your
you
nose
are
is
so
broken.
full of shit.
Yeah.
We've and I guarantee you two have done this. Walked by somebody in Walmart, and then I turned around, look at turned around and I started to call her Walmart. Turned around and look at Leanne and said, "That person's got roaches."
Yep.
The first time he said it, I was like, what do you
Yep.
mean? How do you know?
Now,
He
see,
was like,
that used to be me. Like, Brandon would do that to me. Like, oh my God, that person has roaches. And I'm like, did you see one? Did it like crawl down out of their
yeah,
shirt?
right.
He's like, no, I could smell it. And I'm like, oh, bullshit. And then after
Right.
doing a few roach jobs with him, somebody in Walmart walked by me and I had him in my earbud because I was asking him if he needed something. And somebody walked by and I went, holy shit. And he goes, what? And I was like, somebody just walked by. They smell like roaches. I think they have roaches. And he was like, see, fucking told you can smell it. And I'm like, I'm a smoker. I should have the shitty nose, but yet I can still smell it. Bullshit. Roaches don't have a smell.
Oh yeah.
It's just like
right.
mice. You smell a dead mouse, you will always know what that smells like. And roaches are the exact same way. Once you realize what you're smelling, you'll never not notice it.
Yes. Or steaming bed bugs. That has a very distinct smell too.
I've never
I
steamed
did not
them.
believe Brandon. Yeah, me and Brandon, we steam and then we let it dry and then we chem treat. And he's telling me, because he's showing me how to do it. And he's like, when you hit a pocket of them, you'll smell it. It smells like money. And I'm like, okay. So I'm steaming and it's, it just smells like hot, gross mattress at that point. And I hit one and it had that very like deep iron smell. And I was like, oh, there it is. Oh God. And he was like, money.
Now I have to know what that smells like. Bill, we need to start steaming.
Yeah, we each have our own like handheld, well, not handheld, but steamer that you would use in your house on your own furniture. Hell, when we got mine, I steamed this part of my sofa, even though you can't tell anymore. But just to make sure that it worked. And yeah, if you just put like almost like the pin stream nozzle on it and take it through the seams and everything. And yeah, it fucking kills them because it's like
That's
essentially
cool.
directed heat at them.
Right. That's awesome.
It's time consuming, but it does work.
I think that's one of the reasons big box like myself does not do heat treatments is because it is so much more time intensive than using chemicals.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's like with Trio, we'll do full heat jobs with the propane or whatever, but that is like an all day thing.
Mm-hmm.
One, but they pay a lot for it. So
yeah, if I'm gonna be there all day.
Yeah, they pay a lot for it. But it's wild. Like one of the ones I did by myself, I set it up and then I had to pee, so I went inside like as it's heating up, and it's wild seeing the bed bugs start to like come out of stuff because I realize it's getting hot in here. They're like, escape, and like I'm sitting on their toilet going pee, and there's just like bed bugs seeping out of stuff and like crawling over the floor. Yeah, it's wild. It's wild.
That's creepy.
There's a reason I don't do pest control.
Fair.
You got to have a certain tolerance threshold to be able to handle some of this stuff. And they're coming out of the cabinets across the ceiling and dropping down dead on you. If you can't handle that, then you need to get in a factory somewhere or go to work at a nursery or something.
Yeah.
I'm content where I'm at here in my home office and doing my thing.
There you go.
Perfect.
Yep.
Yeah,
and you live with a pest controller, so you'll never have to deal with the bugs.
I had to call in for an extra service not too long ago. We had a Stuart Little.
I got one currently too, so
I can't find
poking
mine.
his ugly ass nose.
He's making his dead presence known, but we can't find him.
Yeah. I was reorganizing my craft area or my work area for Tumblers, and I've got this, the cubby hole things that have little boxes you can slide in them.
Yeah.
I had some stuff sitting in front of it, and I moved it and I saw droppings and I was like, all right, somebody's got to go. And it's not me.
In my house.
So I called Tony and I was like, hello, I need an extra service when you get home. We have a Stuart Little in the house. And he comes home and he puts out the, what did you put out? 8 station? And so I'm like, okay. What, about a month later, I'm like, I think he ate the stuff and he's dead. But
Yeah.
we can't find him. I don't know. He's probably in a wall somewhere doing his
Well, he fucked with the wrong.
decomposition.
So
I told Tony I don't understand how he even had the guts to come in the house, okay?
right.
That's what I always say to him.
How often do you spray your house?
Maybe once a
Never.
year.
Yeah, exactly. Ours is always the last one to get
Yeah.
done. I mean, I'm
Yep.
sitting here looking at my
Yep.
window right now, and every time I look out there, I think, yeah, I should really get out there in Webster.
There's an
Yeah, the
icicle
last-
on the one out front.
The last time mine was sprayed was in May, and the only reason it was sprayed then is because my son was in a heap load of trouble for being stupid at school, so we made him de-web the whole house and then treat it as I walked behind him. Don't forget that. Don't forget there. Don't. Oh, you missed a big spot there. And yeah, that was the last time it was treated, and that was like the middle to end of May. I got bitch tons of spider webs, but I'm like, I don't want to deal with it. But the only
Yep.
part that gets de-webbed is off of my security cameras, because you can watch one of them and this fucking spider will just do 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 do.
Motion detected.
Yeah. Or it'll sit like dead in the center of it, and that camera faces at Brandon's car, so all you see is this fucking creep just sitting there, and you're like, move.
About the only time mine gets treated is when I'm cleaning out my B&G or my flow zone. I got to get rid of what's in there first. I just don't want to waste it. So
Yeah, might as well. Probably be a good thing for me to do mine with, because I think I still have some fast cap sitting in mine that I need to use by tomorrow.
I don't get the luxury of fast cap. I'd like to, because I hear really good things about it with spiders.
Love it. Oh God, I love it. Because
we need
man,
some.
you hit a spider
We
with
need
that
some.
shit,
We
it
need
just
some.
like
I also love it too.
I love
Yep.
fast cap.
That's one thing that that kind of going back to the trashy house conversation. That's one of the hardest things I've ever had to try to get people to understand is how spiders are about the hardest thing we have to deal with because of their biology. You know, they do not absorb our pesticide. If we spray them directly, yeah, they're going to die. But their feet will not absorb the residual. They don't live at colony situations, and they don't have others cleaning them. They don't clean themselves, so they're not transferring the pesticide. The only real option on my end I've got is something like alpine dust, something like that. But yeah, liquid treatment, unless I'm spraying the dude directly, I ain't affecting him. You know, people say we got spiders, and I'm like, again, welcome to planet Earth.
Yeah. Right? Yes, you do.
You live in the woods.
They're everywhere. I love those ones. No, we had to do a startup on a dental building, and we went around and we de-webbed it, and then we went around and treated it with fast cap. And by the time we got back to the start of where we started treating, there were, everywhere, off of every eave, the spiders were just hanging, and they always stop right about your fucking eye level, and they're just hanging there dead. So then we have to go back around and de-web it again. But the maintenance guy was just dying laughing because there were so many just hanging there, and it was really close to Halloween when we did it. So he was just like, look, we already are decorated. But yeah, fast cap is awesome, and it does good on ants and stuff too, but it is definitely a freaking spider killer.
I've tried to get it, but it's like, no, that costs too much. We can't get it.
It is pretty spendy.
Well, we had on that, the industry's gone absolutely freaking crazy in the past 2 years. We got a 30-gallon jug of Suspend, and it cost I think it was like $1,500, $2,000, something like that. Really low comparatively.
Yeah.
That same 30-gallon bucket now costs $15,000.
Oh yeah, I've seen them. I've seen one.
Dang.
I think it was a 10-gallon one that was like $3,000 for. I can't even remember what it was, and I'm like, good God. I'm like, for one, that's just way too much for me to even think about.
Wow.
I know eventually I would use it, but good God. But I understand, like, obviously, if you have more techs and everything that need it, it will go quicker. But yeah, I was like, oh my God, that is so much money at once.
Yeah. Well, that was our
Like, I
standard
freaked out over
go-to.
my last order.
That's I would not have to be the one to write those checks. I would not like that at all.
No.
But on that note, I used to spend very heavily as mosquitoes, so I would go through material like crazy. And
Oh,
my
yeah.
supervisor's telling me, you're using too much material because I'm getting X amount of suspend every week. And he's like, why are you using so much? I said, dude, we live in the woods. These are mountains. Everybody has got
Right.
nothing but bushes around their house. What do we treat when we treat for mosquitoes? We treat the shrubbery. Do you have any idea how much shrubbery I treat? But
Right.
Right.
they've started us now alternating with the company that acquired the Big Green Tea. They're making us rotate pesticides during seasons, so we're not allowed to
Yeah.
use the suspend this time of year. We can start using it in the summer again. But
Oh man.
I started using Duraflex and mosquitoes because we had just gotten it in. We'd never had it before. I've had a handful, probably 5 or 6 of my mosquito customers that I call my problem children. Duraflex turned them around. So
Good to know.
yeah, that's exactly
I'll
why
have
I'm
to
putting
check
that
that
out
out.
there, is because
Yeah.
I've got customers that I could not do anything with. Nothing I did
Yeah.
made a bit of difference. And
Mm-hmm.
I started using the Duraflex, and within a month they're saying, I haven't seen one. Or I've seen one or
Wow.
two, in the past couple days because we knew it was time for you to come back. And it's amazing the difference it made.
That's
Nice.
awesome. I'll have to check that out. But yeah, the first company I worked for was like that, where it was seasonal products. But I was brand new to the industry, so that was probably not a good thing for a newbie, because like, okay, it's spring and we have suspend. Okay, this is the only product I know. And then it was like, okay, now you can have whatever. And like, I didn't even know Termidor existed until I went to the Red Diamond. And boy, was my life changed. But
Oh, you got ants? I got Thermidor.
exactly.
You got ants? I got the solution. There we go.
And that was the problem being a newbie and them only giving me one product, is I would go to like ant callbacks and I'd like look and be like, okay, the last technician was here 4 weeks ago and used the same product. I'm going to apply it again.
No.
More is better.
It's like, it's not going to do anything. So
It's good in terms of resistance issues. It's smart to do that, but they're not doing it for a resistance issue point of view. They're doing it from a financial point of view.
Yeah.
And,
yeah. And thankfully, you know what you're doing, though. So that's, yeah. But to a newbie, I was just like, okay, this is the only product that exists.
Yeah. It's a good general pesticide. It's not great for anything, but it's good across the board.
Yeah.
Yep. Very true. Yep. That's awesome.
So would you like to chime in on some of this pesticide?
You know what, you can chime in on.
I know that we suspend is a very popular item. I know this because we sell a lot of those. And Termidor. And there's another one that is
I was just like,
leaving.
wait, what?
There's another one that's leaving my brain right now. But yeah, I can pretty much tell what's a popular, the number of orders that we get.
Oh, you're talking about cups.
Yeah, that's the only way I know.
It took us a minute too. We're like, what
Are you trying to
pesticide
figure
are
out
you
how I know?
selling?
I have a side job you don't know about. Man, now I gotta explain that other paycheck.
Yeah,
She's talking about the beautiful and awesome.
Biggest sellers are going to be the Suspend, Alpine WSG. Termidor.
straw.
Yeah, the
urethral
sounding rod.
Yeah.
It's a straw.
It's a straw. No, we argue with Brad over that one.
That one's funny.
So that's why we have to. It's a straw, Brad.
Well, see, for some guys with certain conditions, we've got the straw with the bend in it.
Yeah, it works.
I have the straight
My
one.
straw has snowflakes. I have different straws. I'll have to send you all some fun straw.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah, I
fun
love
straw.
fun things.
Right?
I don't use those metal ones. I use a plastic one. I can't stand that dinging sound all the time.
That does get kind of crazy sometimes. I think it was Alex Shelby that puts like the rubber tips over the top of his metal straws
Mm-hmm.
because he was tired of them dinging into his teeth.
It's ASMR. Like you see people doing this with everything. I have this.
Oh, yeah.
No,
God, those
I
ASMR
can't use
videos
the
drive me
metal straws.
crazy.
Yeah. The metal straws, I am the weirdest person in the world when it comes to the way things taste. And the metal straw makes everything taste metallic to me.
Oh,
But this is the human that was having a whole meal the other day and was like, this doesn't taste like anything but ketchup. And it didn't taste anything like ketchup. So I'm just strange.
no, so I have had metal straws that really do that. Or it's just like, oh, what the hell is this? My daughter's new favorite fascination is the glass straw.
I am
Until she drops
terrified of
them.
glass straws
Yeah,
because
she has dropped
what if
two
it
of
has
them.
a crack in it and busts in your mouth? Or I did snow globes, the tumblers that have glitters in them, a couple of years
Yeah.
ago. I loved them. They're beautiful. And one of my customers was washing it and it busted on the inside. The next thing they know, their sink is full of glitter. And I'm like, okay,
So was
we're
I.
not. Yeah, but I haven't busted any cups. Don't worry about that. We just have
That's
really
different
pretty.
reason.
We have really pretty plumbing insides, okay? But I got to thinking, I was like, what if that had busted? You know, you don't put hot stuff in those cups. So,
Yeah.
and I think that's what happened was the water was too hot when they were washing it. But it just made me rethink the whole thing. And I'm actually looking at bringing those back, but maybe doing it a little different, having the offering on the website, but then go live and make them on our Facebook page and let the person pick their color and their give them a few to choose from. I would know what theme, like ladybugs, I would know I should have reds and blacks and all of the ladybug wraps and stuff that I would have because I found a whole different style and they don't bust as much. So
that's good.
But I just totally took those out of our wheelhouse because I was like, no. And then I see people with these glass straws and I'm like, no.
Glasses and no.
Yeah, I know when my daughter got those, I was like, oh God, those are gonna break. And she's like, oh no, they'll be fine. And yeah, and they haven't broken in a drink or anything like that. It was literally like drying them off and pulling on it, and it just went shooting out of her hand and hit the ground and exploded. And I think that is the worst glass that I have ever stepped on in my life. Think
like
that
an
I got it all?
ornament.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I've stepped on ornament glass. That shit was these straws are worse. I don't know. They were horrid.
It's like excluder.
God,
It's like
yeah.
excluder material. You get that shit in your fingers, it's stuck. That's it.
Yeah, let me see. Is it still there? Oh no, I did get it out finally. Yeah, I had one right there in my knuckle. Just an itty bitty tiny piece. I was digging at it for like a fucking day with my pocket knife. No. Yeah, that stuff hurts.
Yeah, I used to work for Charter, which is Spectrum.
Yes.
Internet cable and all that, and the coaxial cable has got a wrapping of aluminum shielding, which it's nothing but the same crap that excluder is. It's a little thicker, but that stuff is no different. You get a piece of that in your finger, you're not getting it out. You literally got to dig a hole in your finger to get that out of there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I didn't believe Brandon when he told me that it was like that. I'm like, oh, I'll be fine. And then he was like, all right, well, cut me a piece then. So I cut him a piece off of our roll, and I had like shards of it stuck in my fingertips. I'm like, okay, this sucks.
Bet you wore gloves next time.
I did. And every time after that, too.
I got a roll of that stuff from Red Diamond and was not like forewarned. So I don't know. I was just like, this is some sort of mesh stuff. So I'm like ripping it off of my hands. My hands were cool, but like 5 minutes later, my throat's scratchy. And so I was like inhaling the pieces, like as I'm, yeah. So I don't know if I messaged the counselor or what, but I was just like, why does my throat hurt from this stuff? And everybody's like, yeah, you're inhaling like fiberglass or whatever, like shards of something. So that was not fun.
Yeah, I do remember.
Right? Yeah,
I really do want to have a chest x-ray because they say people who work with glitter like I do, there is glitter that knows no personal space. It's very light and airish, that it will settle in your lungs. And I'm like, I wonder. I need to have an MRI. I need to have a full body
I was
scan.
saying, you have an MRI. If you've got that much glitter in you, it's going to suck you to the wall and tear you to pieces.
No, my
It's not
glitter's not
magnetic.
metal.
She should be okay.
I'm good. I'm just curious. And we have these conversations, the group of girls that I'm with, and we're like, I wonder what our chest x-rays look like, and I wonder what this would look like, and does it really do that?
You need to get one of them like deep phlegmy coughs and like cough up all the phlegm out of your lungs and just
cough up a glitter ball.
Yeah, watch it speckled with glitter.
Whole new thing. Hairball.
I haven't used that color in 6 years.
Ooh, I forgot about that one.
What's this?
I should order some more of that.
Put it through the strainer real fast. No.
That puts a whole new meaning to Hawk 2.
Hey, repurpose and reuse, okay?
I think I'm going to tell somebody that does a glitter pack, I'm going to have them name the color Hawk Tuah.
Yeah, maybe kind of like that yellowy greenish tinge.
Yeah, can you name that Hawk Tuah? That would be funny.
I want the Hawk Tuah special, please.
Yeah.
That's great.
Just make sure you send that to Leanne and not to Tony.
This is going south.
That's what we do. We just go.
That's great. Awesome.
Yes, glitter is very fun.
I always just say glitter happens. I can be making a ink tumbler that has no glitter on it. Okay, none. I don't have any glitter open. I've not touched glitter for days. I can walk in there after my ink tumbler settles and has cured, and I'm looking at it, and there's glitter, like a big piece of red glitter, and I'm like, I can't get it out. There's no going back, and I'm like, it's a bonus. That's where the decal goes.
Yeah,
that's right.
Tony's just like, glitter happens in this house, regardless. It is somewhere. My daughter had a baby in January, and I went to the baby shower in September, and she said her guest room is also her office. And she said she went in there and she said, Mom, there was glitter on my desk. She doesn't have glitter. It was in North Carolina.
It followed you. Wait, did you drive there?
I drove.
I'm getting this image of Linus. Was it Linus from the Peanuts?
Mm-hmm.
No, it wasn't Linus.
The dirty one?
Yeah, I was walking around the stink cloud.
Yeah, that was Linus. Yep.
Pigpen.
Oh, no, wait, no. Yeah, there we go. I was to say, Linus is the one with the blanket. Yeah, it was Pigpen.
But it was funny. Mom, there was glitter on my desk.
So what you got to deal with when Mom works with glitter all the time.
The gift that
bought your baby gift.
Over and over and over. Whether you want it to or not.
Years and years and years. If you have hardwood floors, it gets in those little seams that you don't really know are there. Then you know they're there. It's everywhere. It is everywhere in this house. I can decorate for Christmas and you don't even know it. Because it's already sparkling.
It's already there.
Yay, festive.
We just have to throw Tony's R2-D2 out and put a little Santa hat on him.
He had glitter on it too.
Of course he did.
I might have gotten fussed at for that. There's glitter on his head. He's in the house.
He is within a 20-mile vicinity of Leanne. He's going to have glitter.
She'll take something out in the front yard and like shake it off or dump it or whatever. It's got glitter in it. She'll just dump it in the front yard or the backyard. I'm going around mowing, and all of a sudden, as I'm crossing across this path, out from the side of my mower comes a swoosh of glitter. What in the fucking hell? And glitter just going through the yard, going through the air like this. It's like, God damn, I killed Tink.
When your grandchild gets older, don't mow the lawn when they're there. They'll think that you ran over Tinkerbell.
He won't care. He won't care.
Tinkerbell.
That's just so funny. I forgot about doing that. I do. I'll take my cups out and dry brush them so that I can seal them up and put epoxy on them so my glitters don't transfer. And I've got 2 spots that I'll go. One is right out the door. We got 2 doors on the room that we use. One is right outside the door on either side of the driveway into the monkey grass because I hate monkey grass. And in all hope, I'm hoping that the glitter will one day smother it. And I'll just brush it in there. And he'll come through with the weed eater. And then there's another place on the back deck, and we have some really pretty spider webs.
Oh, that's great.
So,
God. Well, it has been so great talking to you guys. We could go on forever and ever and ever, but we got to cut it now. So thank you so much for joining us, both of you.
Well, thank you for having us.
And always, thank you for the awesome tumblers that you guys produce.
We loved them.
They're always amazing.
And the mugs.
And the mugs, yes. No joke, before you posted about it, me and Jenny were like, oh my God, we need to get mugs. And then you're like, hey, we're going to start doing mugs. And I'm like, fuck yeah. Score!
Yes.
But you can find everything that you need at spanglerart.com. Get a hold of these 2 lovely people. Get an idea worked out. Buy something they already have done. They're awesome. Obviously, look at them. They're cool.
Yeah.
But on behalf of the Pestrogen podcast, I am your co-host Candace, along with Jenny as always, with our awesome guest, the Spanglers. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode. And remember to go out and kick some ass.
Go out and kick some ass.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.